Hello there. Okay, time for another short stream, I guess. But the night is young. Well, I'm going to go to bed soon anyway. But okay. Still, I'm going to stream, even though if it's just for an hour or two, just to get into the habit again. And I think lately I've been doing very bad about this because most of the time when I'm not streaming, I'm not doing useful stuff. So there are some days where I just clean up my apartment. I have to do some stuff with my cats, and obviously I can't stream if I'm basically the whole day busy. Lately, I've worked on that parkour for the cats and improved it so it's more safe. It didn't have enough stability, so I modified it so it really sticks to the wall. Before it definitely was not sticking enough to the wall. The cat managed to pull out. There's a cat tree behind me, and the cat's there. It's a little bit hard to point because it's mirrored. So no, I just don't have enough space. Come on, this is a cat tree. Yeah, and they managed to pull it out of the wall with their claws. So I tripled the amount of screws that fix them to the walls, put in more cement, and hope that this is going to do it. So that it now is really hard even for a human to pull it out. But the cats are going to pull on it daily and day for day with a high force. They're not. Luna is not a small cat. She's really big. So I have to count that she has a lot of force. So that's why I really put a lot of effort into reworking all of that stuff. Even though it looks the same, it's I had to pull it all off the wall and screw a lot and change a lot. So it's really now stable for the next 10 years or so. Probably not. Probably Luna will pull it out anyway after a year. But I tried. Yeah. And it's also safer because I felt like when you're worried about your cats that they pull stuff out and that maybe something is falling down with the cat and on the cat, she can get injured, and I don't really want that. That's horrible. That would be horrible. Yay. Okay, so my day today has been okay. I'm still not completely healthy. That's a big bummer. And my work was okay-ish. Sport was okay-ish. I was sick. I didn't even try that hard. So yeah. But why not? Sometimes you need to relax a little bit. But I really have to work on my not gesture, sitting position. You know what? Today I'm going to change something. Let's do this. Oh man. So I really have to work a little on my back, on my posture. Now, sitting like this is really a little bit over the top. What is it like? Pull your, it's straight spine, relaxed shoulder, and shoulder to the back. And that's how you sit well. I feel like the lighting is not matching me today. Let's change it a little bit. Yep. I feel like the lightning is a little bit. I want to have it white today. I don't know why. Just feel like. I feel like I was a little bit too brownish. Okay, let's go. Monitor 1. So, coding time! Yes! Who said coding time? Yay! Let's code. Actually, lately I'm coding more than gaming. I'm probably coding more than anything else in my free time. And I don't mind anymore. Because coding is on one side it's really fun, and then the other side it's really pain. It's hard. You use a lot of brain power. You really have the feeling like you fuck yourself up every time, and I love that. Because yeah, I'm a little bit too try hard to have it easy, I guess. So we need to play this hard mode. So what are we going to do? I've forgotten. A random game object brush. We were looking into that, and our problem was that when we are painting on the corresponding time map with such a brush and say paint on time map group, I immediately want this to have been set up so that I see the whole group. That's a bug, number 1. I disable this. Now it's alright. I still have some messages in here that I have to get rid of. I enable this and it's not right. I don't have the preview. I think last time I fixed all the errors, but the preview is still not correct. Alright, so all we did is we simplified the system so that we now can work more easily about that. Because last time I said like, okay, we are doing this function here in every brush, and if you do it in multiple brushes, you don't know what is going to happen in which order. Which brush is going to do this first and last. So I think this is not what we are looking at. We want to look at, come on, keep scrolling up, on scene. So the first thing that is of interest for us is this. Let's comment this. First handle, what's happening if this is not the current selected brush. Yeah, and we could even make this a method, this if clause, but it's not long enough. If it was be longer, I would make this into a method inside of this function. But since this is just an if clause, it can stay like this. Yeah, and it would be handle unselected brushes. And you go to this line of code, return if it is not the current grid brush, and then only the current selected grid brush is going to control what is happening inside of the scene that we are seeing right here. So this is why we need this is way easier than if every brush is doing something and then you need to think about each brush at the same time. Now, you might feel clever and do it because that's just how code is generated. How we humans generate the code. When we code it, we often do these things so that they work. Just like I just see that my microphone is not centered. But the things are just, we often code that the things just work, and the code structure is a byproduct of that procedure. And good code has a step that comes after that, where we go over the code again and clean it up. And this is where why we simplify things. Why do we do this? There's two reasons. The first reason is we are really good code programmers, good coders, and we foresee that this will be messy in the future, and that we will work with this again. And the second reason is, and that's of course in my case here, you come back at it again later and find out that the code that you're working with is messy and that you hate it. And then you hate yourself a little bit and have a discussion like, hey, why you do this to me? And fix the code, you dumbass. And then you fix the code. Okay, enough talk. Is it enough talk? Ah, come on, let's not be too philosophical now. So I want to ignore this function for now. Update preview object, because I just want to go through all the other function and don't care about this. Let's just take this out of consideration for now, for simplification. And just like we simplify, we also simplify the mouse word position of all the objects. Now let's wait. We only set the mouse word position of the current selected object, so we can never see it at the actual position of the mouse. Oh, yeah, maybe I should have thought about that. Okay, there's some errors here. Let's clear the console. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, but what we can see is, I don't know why it's now randomly throwing errors. It says the game object is null. Let's also look into this. Oh, come on. Today it's not telling me where the things are coming from. It's on scene. It's in create preview object. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me the line, but there's a debug log. Let's just go into debug. Where do we debug? Yeah. And there's also this line of code. That is the message that we are getting. That's weird. Let's ignore that for now. Okay. So what is happening here is it's not working. Oh no, it crashed. Unity crashed. It didn't crash, but I can't select another tool here. Now I can. Okay. So there's null exception. This object doesn't exist anymore. Okay, let's get rid of this function for now. I don't know what it does. It's a bit unfortunate, but can't deal with that right now. And why do I hit play? No. Let's go. Okay, this doesn't fix anything. So it was not that complex. What did I change? What did I change? Did I even change anything? I can't remember even touching a single line of code. Why is this cute? Why? Why is this suddenly not working anymore? So it's because the current preview object is null, yeah. So if I do this, I get the null exception because the current preview object has been destroyed or something like that. Oh, I know what might be happening is that we call this method here again and again every frame. So we need to check this. We need to check if we have created a current preview object and if this value has been set. How do we do this? Let's just go through the code again, I guess. Oh wait, let's look into the mode. If I disable the paint on time map group, will it work? Yes, it actually does. That's clear. Try it out again. So this works, but I know why. It's because of this code line. And this code line is not in this procedure for every brush. So if I enable this, it still has the object. Now I destroyed it, and now okay, it never worked. And now it will throw an error because I've destroyed it. So I need to call this line of code for each time map brush. But there's more. Let's see. We are on the time map. It has the. Oh, I actually can read it here. We use the vegetation for short brush. Yeah. Let's enable this function. Let's clear the console. Destroy the object by deselecting the paintbrush. And now we will throw that error again. But I want to look here. We have the vegetation short. We have created it. So why do we lose the reference? I suspect we never make one, but let's see what happens here. And there's only one vegetation short brush currently in that group. I just happen to know that. Change preview mode. So if the current preview object is not null, it will return and not do anything. Else it will create a preview object. That's sus. It's sus why? Because this looks very good. It actually would work. But why would that not to work in some instance. I know. But it still doesn't make sense. It's creating a preview object for every brush that we have selected there. And okay, no, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. God damn it. Every brush should have a current preview object that is then created by one of these two methods, and they should be null. And they should be correspondent to the brush that created it. It should have this variable set up, and we never lose the reference. Or do we? Have this set up to one object. See if we may lose the reference there. And let's see what this does. So, instance. Do additional stuff is only optional for the mineral brush, so it's not in there. It's unfortunate, because that's pretty much it. I think there's nothing in here. Yeah, this is just to override in classes that inherit this and want to implement more stuff for the brush. We had a special case where we, as what said, hey, I only need these methods inside of this special brush, because this brush had lightning effects and I wanted to set them on or off. But I don't have lights on bushes or trees. There's no light effects on the tree. It doesn't have electricity or something. That's why I don't need this function, right, for the tree. So okay, I've gone through this and did not find the issue. Yeah, okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I have no clue. No, let's... Oh, come on, let's get going. There's one thing that is not all right. Maybe, but that's just a theory. Maybe we have inside of this function here brushes, but they are different from the actual class that we are working with. Maybe that reference is the vegetation short brush, but it's just a brush, a default brush that is inside of that tuple, but it's not the same brush that we are using. They just appear to be the same. And for this, I want to make the following. We need to do this anyway. The current... Let's see, the current preview object. Where is it defined? Here. I want to make this public. But I don't want to serialize it. I don't want to see this inside of the inspector. I know, it can be made private, thank you. Also have to change the spelling. Where do we put this? That's a non-serialized one. They kind of fit together, like... Yeah, this is like a section here. I'm not sure about the sorting of these variables. It's really messy. I really don't like the class that we got there. So I'm working with this class. It's a template, but it has some issues. It could be separated into smaller subclasses. Sometimes the code is also a little bit weird. Let's go on. I'm complaining. Complaining doesn't solve problems. It just feels good. But it feels good, yeah. So, where am I? Here. So instead of changing the queue and preview object, only of the queue and brush, I want to do following. I want to say I only want to change the mouse word position. In this kind of case, in this case, I don't want to do this. Now I'm putting it in here. I want to reference in each of the current selected brushes. And we still have to look into these functions later. Because it's currently not returning multiple brushes of the same type if we have them inside of that group. But that's not. We are going to do this later. So let's clear this. And look what we got here. It's working. And I can disable it. Oh, it's even that is working. And I can enable it. And it's working. And I can pay for this. And all I did was actually, I did not even understand my code. All I did was, I was just trying to, yeah, this looks like, this is the bad principle, and such. And suddenly things start to make sense if you just try to make a really good system. So this still has an issue. It still has an issue, and that is that multiple brushes of the same type do not get shown twice. So what does it mean? If I would have a group where I have 5 times, I want to have 5 layers of different rocks. And I want brown rocks 5 times. And this will only display one single instance of rocks. And I'm not even sure if it will only draw one instance of rocks. That's an issue. It's a big issue. We have to fix that. So, but why is this happening? I think let's just go. Let's just see what this does. And as first we can see it uses the brush base and puts it puts it inside of that tuple. And this is set up in a loop which has the related tile maps. So this should loop right now 6 times and have 6 different brushes in there. Okay, looks alright so far. Nothing to complain about. If string is null or empty. If it doesn't have a selection info, then just stop. It's not the brush that we're looking for, that's okay. Okay, now it's getting interesting. For each grid brush based used brush in grid painting state brushes, if the name is the same as the brush, take this as a brush base and put it in there. Now this should let's say we have 5 times brown rocks. I will still go through this and put in there 5 times brown rocks and 5 tile selection infos. That's pretty solid actually. But these will be different, these will be the same. So actually we need to test it out. We maybe accidentally fixed the bug, even by not even knowing why. But as I said, if the brushes inside of that tuple are different from the actual brushes that we have selected here, then it is possible that we have 5 different instances of the same brush. But I doubt it. I doubt it. So let's make sure that we use some settings here. Yeah. Come on. Oh, what went wrong? Let me do this. Oh, I selected a different object, I think, or something. Go. Okay. Start color, edit color. Now we are going to use the brush in every case. And now we have this background here, and we have 5 timemaps. Let's disable this background. Let's just delete it. Oh, let's not delete. Let's disable it because this is useful for later. But for now, let's go to this tilemap and see what happens now. And we only see 1 brush. Okay, this means it doesn't work. Okay, unfortunately. Let's disable this, enable this. It doesn't work. We only see 1 brush. Oh, and that's big. It's also only painting 1 brush. That's bad. So we have to create brushes in here. So it's not enough to have this in there right now. So we need to create a new brush. That's bad. So this brush base has to be a clone, and clones don't really work in Unity. You know what? We don't need 6 different brushes. We can see where we create them. And see where it actually filters them out. Because everything is alright now. We have 6 times the same brush, 6 different time maps. just have to follow the code and see where it creates them. Okay, so we go in here, look this up, goes in here, says wait, let's go back, let's go back. Okay, I want to debug if the size of that tuple is actually 6. That's a little bit sus here, because it should change the preview mode 6 times. Or it doesn't exist. Length is going to be count of this. Actually, it's the count, not the length, but I actually don't care. So it's 6. Yeah, it's 6. Okay, that's nice to know. Because that rules out that we only have one this for each is only called one time. So this will be called 6 times. So it's going to be called 6 times. Change the preview mode and let's see what it does here. I think it's going to use the same brush over and over again. So it says create this preview object. And then it creates it for this brush. Okay. Understand. So it's a little bit weird because previously we had a bug where it was like this brush inside of this function is a different brush than the brush that is actually in this inspector. It was like this brush is not the same brush like in the function. Unfortunately though, it seems it's still the same brush every time. So it's a different brush, but it's 6 times the same brush, and then it says, hey, this preview object created. It's going to create it, and then it goes in there 5 times. It says, where it is. If this create, no, if it goes in there. No. It goes in there. First time it goes in here, creates the preview object. It creates it. Second time, the preview object has been created. It detects that it's not null and returns. That's why we only see one object here, and that's not what we want. We want to have 6. So we have 2 methods. The noob method is 2 ways to fix this. The noob way is we make this into a list or array with all the objects, and it's not going to be nice. It's then you have to be really careful what you put in there, and you mess this up. Second way is you create 6 brushes. Actually, I hate both ways. I think both ways are not good. There may be a better way. we create more brushes. It sounds good in theory, but in practice, you then have to actually also manage this group of brushes, and I think this is even more prone to breaking. So I first thought that this is a pro way, but actually it's the wannabe pro way, and the real pro way is to do this the easy way and make this into lists. Just as I said, this is obviously the pro way. So we are going to make this. We are going to make current preview object into lists. Which I'm not too happy about, because it means that we have to go through every line of code where it is used. But it is what it is. Without that, we can't solve our problem. So public list game object current preview object. Yay! And we have to initialize that list before we listen. Before we have this on scene. And now we have a whole lot of red lines. Okay. So. Now we have to just change everything. Can we? I think we have to look for the count. Yeah, and the count of this is 0. It's not 0. We have to go for each, and we have to do this a lot now. Yeah, and then we have to here instead of just if we don't use this brush, Oh, there's a question. Okay, we have two choices here. And we have to be careful. We either make that the current selected grid brush controls this entirely and has all the preview objects, or that each of the grid brushes hold all the objects which they have for their correspondent tile maps. Now there could be multiple time maps, and multiple time maps could have references to same brush multiple times, but they could also be different. So way number one is easier. We let this be how it is now. And every brush only has the references to every tile map that uses it and instantiates the object for that. Object and option number 2, only the active brush has references. Has game objects for the preview. And this comes with the downside that we have to recreate all our functions, and that we have to read out all the brushes and create their game object into another brush. It's possible. Both is possible. I just don't see any benefit in both of them. I don't see any pros or cons. Let's keep thinking. On the long term, what does it mean? It might be easier to control this on one brush. It might be also easier to let every brush decide itself for each tile map. It's not a big difference, actually. I think the second one is more readable. So if I would start counting, I would go for the second one. If I would start from 0. But is there an issue, maybe? A real issue, not a felt one. We have a little bit of a hard time thinking here. Turning down the music. I can listen to loud music when I'm painting the stuff. Now I need to focus. So my inner instinct is absolutely go for the first method because it's easier. Yeah, and that's why I'm also skeptical of myself here, and trying to judge again, trying to be neutral. I think it's nice if every brush handles its own objects. It's also kind of correct. Feels right. We all have that in one brush. It has all the references. Also feels right, to be honest. And now is the best time to actually decide on this. Because I have to go through the lines anyway now. And I'm more for option 2. Even though it's more work. Why? Because it's easier to read. Easier to debug. There's no other reason for this. Better go for it one time and actually have this being controlled by only the active brush, than to do this over and over again. I really don't. Yeah, I really have no. I'm really not into that. No, really. Fuck. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of work. So let's go on. So here. So we will go into this method soon. Let's keep going here. And then actually we can do this loop after the if else clause here. Read it here. So I decided that if this is list, can do this in any case in the if else. If we are in single mode, single draw mode, or group mode, doesn't matter. We will have all the previewed objects in a list, then can set their draw position. Now in this case, it should all the time only be one current preview object. Now we have to go into this, but we need to change this method. I'm not going to loop through it anymore and say please do this 5 times. We need this method to have a new signature. And that signature is looking like this. It's a lot of work, but it makes it all a little bit easier to read and use. So inside of here, I want this tuple. Oh, now I can't set this to default. Ah, okay. And this also can be default. Oh, wait a moment. What does this return? It's a list. Okay, let's go to what kind of list is it creating. It's this kind of list that has to be inside of the parameter. Okay, that's a little bit. It's a tuple list. Something a lot of people don't even know that it exists, but it's there. I saw it in my dreams. Or maybe I saw it inside of my code. I'm not sure. My code and this, my dreams and my code, they are all both very weird. Okay, so change preview mode. So let's first go for the false case. if we are not using group paint, okay. And then this is just a safety function. Length count as 0. If we are not using group paint anymore, and this is not the current brush, then destroy all preview objects. Why? Because we don't need that anymore. Okay, and now here comes the hard part. This is where we use this brush tuple. If show preview object is true, now we have to ask for the length. If the length of this account was always confusing is bigger than 0. Oh, did I ever write bigger equals 0? I think I wrote bigger equals 0 one time. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay. If this has been initialized with objects already, then just return. Okay. Oh wait. If we destroy this, then we can actually say. When we actually have to say I have caps on. Clear. Forgot about this. If we destroy all the preview objects, we have to also clear the list. I didn't do this on scene view. I am too much off. Oh, I thought it is in here. Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. Oh, if the count is not equal 0, if it's bigger 0. I think it can be -1 if it's null or something. Not sure about that, but I think it's safer than to say if it's bigger than 0. Destroy all and clear the list. So actually, I think this else clause is redundant. Because this will never be used. Oh, good to have it saved there. Do I want to test it out? Hey, I have a good idea. I'm going to make a short break because I have to go to the toilet. That's the idea. Nothing else. Okay, I'm back. But I have my cat here. Oh, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Come on. Look into the cam. She really doesn't like it. And up you go. Come on, go. Hmm? Oh, she's calm now. Oh, now she enjoys it. She's a little bit hard to get. Okay, come on. You go. Unlike Luna, she's easy to get. But she knows there's food soon. And they have an auto feeder and they know the timing. And the auto feeder is going to give them food in 5 minutes. So when they know the auto feeder is going to, they don't know the timing too good yet. But when the timing for the auto feeder, the feeding time is coming close, they never hang around this area. They never hang around. They're then hanging around in the kitchen. There they are spawn camping the food. So once the food comes out of the auto feeder, they immediately jump on it. I'm going back into the kitchen right now because they know it's feeding time soon. Already have that in their blood. And before I was using the auto feeder on the daily basis, they were spawn camping me every time when I came home. That was tough. So I was thinking about deleting this line because we should never go into this. This will destroy all the objects in there. Let's keep it in there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when we need it. Let's never get with you, I'm not sure. So then we have this create preview objects. Create preview object. And this has to get the list that where we want to put it in. Does it? No, it doesn't. Doesn't get the list. It needs the info. The time map info. Let's see, where did we use this? Here. check if this is null. If it is, we need to return. And we got through this loop. And we need to give it the we need to give it both kind of the brush and time selection info. Creating it with... oh man, that's going to be a lot of changes. You have to make everything public that is going to weed out. Oh, what's inside the tuple? And we added optional parameter. Pixel private? No, it's not. So we need to pixel. Oh, we can access it? I thought it's private. No, we cannot have this default. Actually, we only need the brush, I think. No, we need both informations. Then we create this game object and add it. So here we need to have a new game object, call that instance. Then something inside. Okay. Then we say also add instance. Yay. Okay, so where do we get this code from? Okay, it's cell game object. Okay, yeah, okay. Pick it from this item. We should be able to do this with different brushes. Now when we are setting this up, we have to use this. We have to actually put in the distance, the put in the instance here, and here we also have to say create an instance. Put in the instance here, and then in both cases we're going to add the instance. Okay, we can maybe say game object instance now at the beginning, and then in both cases only reference instance, and then we have in the end add the instance to the objects. Okay, there's one thing that is not good yet. Also, this is done in both cases, so it doesn't matter. It does not have to be in both cases. I have to set up these random parameters. They are the cell at the reference brush. That's correct. Have to see if the timid selection info has anything that we can use. Push triple. Item 2. Not. Yeah, it has the sorting layer. It needs to be used here. It has the order in layer. I think it's the order layer. It will go in here. And this is a setting of the brush. Let's find the usages of this. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, it's in a lot of assets. Just care for the code actually. Lowest order in layer. Okay, so I was just looking up if we are using the correct kind of value there. Now my kids are starting to hang around this room after they've eaten. So that's how it works. So have to say we want to change something, or all these changes to the instance are done, and then we add it to the queue and preview objects. Okay. This means now that if we go through this with the correct tuples, we go through this with the correct tuples, here, yeah, we're going through this correctly, then we will create all the references inside of one brush, the current selected one, and all the brushes, and then it's actually easier to do this side of here. Excuse me. So in this case, there's another case where we want to create a view object. If we only want to create it for this brush, now we also need to create this tuple. However, how do we do this? How do we do this? So we're going to create one. Oh, my cats are right behind me. Oh, that's so cute. And then it wants to have two parameters. So the first one should be able to be this. Oh, it works. It actually works. And then the timed selection info. Do we have a reference to that? I don't think so, but we can see how we get the reference inside of this function. And also say we put this inside of here. We just have to get the correct selection info. Hey, stop. She likes my IKEA pen, but I also am a bit concerned because if I roll back now, I'm going to probably be hurt. So need to be aware of this situation. Yes, the wash target. Oh, the brush target has the component. So with this, we can create the tuple. Close call. This. So this will get the timer selection info of the queue and time it. We can make this shorter, I think. Okay. So we have 6 more hours. That's not a lot actually. So we are nearly through this. So if we update the preview objects, which is now a list, we get the position of the mouse. I'm not sure if they want to evaluate the preview object here. Oh, yeah, this is used if we change values like the scale of the object, then we have to destroy the object, make it bigger and rotate it to the left, right and such, yeah. Oh, they're fighting. It looks a little like Wape. They're on top of each other inside of a tunnel. Oh, that's cute. I really need a second cat. Come on, fight! Let me try to show you. Just want to see this with the cam. Even getting through the monitors. So. No, I'm not getting anywhere. Am I? This is where they are. There's the tunnel system. It's on the ground. And I give this to them so that they can play. And Miri is inside. And she's trying to escape right now. And Luna's trying to kill her. She's dead. It's a killer cat. But for some reason I'm really bad with the camera. Now they will start hunting each other. Yeah. So it looks like I will soon only have one cat, I guess. Okay. So enough of bad jokes now. Kind of getting annoyed by creating all these lists, which pretty much don't do the same. Oh, Luna is coming back alone. She killed Miri. So I'm not understanding this. Let's just destroy it. Just get rid of this. Because if we are using group paint, oh no, it's still. Wait. I think I can really leave it like this. This will clear the list and it's executed before before we check the list. This is executed here and then we will check the list. In both cases we will check the list. And if this list is empty, we will create new objects. So we don't have to care about this anymore for some reason. Can just say okay, whatever. And then we have to pretty much just change this into a list, and it will be K. So pretty easy, unsignificant change. And in the end, we will have to look at every reference to this variable here and see if there's any if clause that checks if this is null. There's still 3 errors left. Please show me the errors. Kill myself. Now we come to the drawing process and we have to change it all up again. And I was like, hey, it's just 3 errors anymore. And now I see, okay, shit. God damn it. This is going to take a long time. Okay. No time complaining. Let's go. Oh man, this is so complicated. Why do things have to be that complicated? Da 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 da. God damn it. Yay! So I really hate myself. I really do hate myself. Why do I hate myself so hard? Okay, no, I'm not. I don't hate myself. Oh, so the problem here is this is a really long function. This set scene cell, it's in there. It has to be in there. It's how Unity uses all the drawing functions, and it was called by every brush. And then every brush would then calculate where the correct position in the grid, the parameters, how to set itself up, and so on, and how many objects are in there, what kind of tool are you using, all that stuff. God no, I will have to do this all again. Oh. No. How do I even do this? Okay, I really have to think. Oh god. So the thing is, to explain the problem, if you pick the brush here and paint, yeah, you see a lot of objects here. Now it's not working because this function is completely bugged. If you have 5 layers, previously every brush was triggering itself, and then it would call its draw function. Now that's gone. Now we have to create a list with all the brushes that we are using in that group state. With the fuck. sorry, but really. God damn it! We need to have the reference. We forgot. I need the reference to the actual brush class and the tuple. It's a triple. What? Oh my god, this is so complicated. And now this is going to be triggered by only with one stroke. You trigger 5 brushes. But how? Oh my god, this is no. This looks like, oh, this is just trigger 5 different brushes. It's so easy. It's not. It's super annoying. It's actually working with it's still working miraculously right now, but there's bugs in here. We need to fix them. So it looks like, hey, there's only one game object. Just make a list of them. What's the problem? The problem is we need to trigger this 5 times. Oh, kill me. Oh, kill me, please. Okay. So the easiest way to do this is to say, let's be lazy. Game object. So I will be lazy now. No, I think actually I have a good idea. So these are single objects that will be triggered when we are painting, and when we have more possible objects that could be painted by different parameters and such, with different settings. Hey, we have just to go back to the start of the function and do it there. And here in the end, we just take the object that comes out. So, preview object. And then here, we just say So this for each. So previously, this function took the current previewed object of that brush and just drew it in. The change is going to be that we have to make sure that we pick up the right settings here. Now this will pick the settings of the current brush. Ouch. 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 Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Quine. Quine. What is Go? Oh, there's already a gamma magic here. What is Go? I think this is actually very easy. Oh, no, it's not. Lying. Okay, we have in paint cell. We select the no, we don't select anything. Paint cell is not doing anything. Maybe we will have to change the parameter list. Unfortunately, this is going to be different. No, we don't. We don't. We will trigger this. We will trigger this function for each brush when drawing, and give it the game object from our list correspondent. It's possible. It's possible. Need to stop goofing now. So this takes cell game object. I think we should never pick this cell object. Let's look inside of this. What does this do? Does it really need the brush cell? What does it do with the cell? I think it needs its okay. Let's go back to the issue. We'll change the signature of this. Well, this is so not going to work. This is never going to work. Oh god. This is going to... This is going to be so hard. Oh god, I hate myself. So now we have only 2 errors. But there's 2 errors have a lot of tail. Have a long tail. Well, there's a lot of things that have a long tail. If you look at me, what to say? I have the cats with long tails. And I should... Let's focus. This is super complicated. I'll just give them the game object. It can work. It can work. So this makes that in the brush classes we use each brush and paint and call the paint cell function. So that's good. The only thing is we lost the reference which brush has which current preview object, so we also need to have that. Have to with the current preview object. Is it defined? Please. We need to have a dictionary. It's going to be private. It's going to be brush. No, when random game object brush. It's going to point to game object. And this will be brush references. Oh, the game object is going to point to the random object brush. Oh no. Brush points to the game object. And we need to now set this up together with this list. Oh, I hate myself. And then we don't need this list anymore. That means I can start all over again. We don't need this anymore. Oh, now I have 19 errors. Oh. God damn it. Why am I not just keeping it as a list? Because it's redundant. And because I hate myself. And I love pain. And now oh my god, now to You know what? Fuck this. I'm going to do this with the dictionary in the list. Just because it's way easier, because I hate dictionaries. I just hate dictionaries. I hate them more than myself, so... I actually don't hate myself, but... so easy to say that if you have a lot of work. It's not redundant actually, because it's very easier to work with the list for all these for each loops. It's all easier to read, it's easier to understand. With dictionaries you have to always work with the key value pairs, and you have to go read out the pairs every time, and then it's a game object. If you do it from the beginning it's easier, but I'm just not in the mood right now, to be honest. Just not in the mood. I know it's not really good. I mean, I go through all of this, and now I'm like, hey, fuck this. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Every time I use this function, clear, so I have to clear the dictionary. One, two, three. Oh, what? Oh, I have to be careful. Destroy immediately, and after that I clear. Oh, not inside of the loop. That's dumb. Who would do that? Okay. So. Now in this case, I don't even know what's happening here. I'm just going to say, I'm going to call this ref dot get value or default, and the value is going to be this wash class item 1. This is going to be the cell. It's just going to miraculously fix my problems. And here I have no idea. And here it is this. No. We have to plug in this. And now we have got rid of all the errors, and I can tell you that this is 100% not going to work. 100%. And when I say 100%, I mean 100%. It's going to be buggy from the start. We already get errors. Let's just clear them. Ooh. An object here. That's just a miracle or something. It immediately throws some errors. See, that's clear. I think it's working if you're not in group stage. It's not picking random anymore. So... and it's also throws an error message. But I think I should go to bed. Yep. So, thank you for watching me suffer, being in pain, and torturing myself. Because I'm a sadistic person deep in my heart. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm actually not really sadistic. Just to myself sometimes. And that's how you get great if you just keep going. For new borders and rest yourself, yeah, and have a good heart and a big heart. Well, I have a big heart. I'm not sure if it's good though. Yeah. So today we made a lot of progress. Unfortunately, it was a lot of cleanup, and it looked so close. But it's just a 2-hour stream, and you only get done so much in 2 hours, especially on the level that we are working with. So I'm completely satisfied with the result. I'm going to end the stream right now. Thank you for watching so far, and see you again tomorrow. Bye.
Hunter, blessed saint, an honest death is like a blessing. Let death come once and for all. Plenteous blood is lost.